Alright guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with the X-Men. We are on Astonishing X Men. This is issue 5. And we start with Xavier discussing with the crew in the astral plane exactly what is going on. That when he died, he found himself awake and for some reason in the grips of the Shadow King. He is not 100% sure how he got here, but he knows that he is real. And he is trying everything he can to save them. He's in a conversation currently with Phantom X, and he is also talking with Rogue, and he's talking with all of them, but he's explaining that he could not save Gambit, or rather he kind of alludes to the fact that he may have chosen not to save Gambit, which brings up some questions that I'm not going to get really into, but yeah. He also explains that he is in a constant battle right now with Old Man Logan, and that he is projecting the other characters in kind of like making it seem like they're still fighting, where in truth he's holding them here away from the possibility that Shadow King could win. So the Shadow King thinks that he's still playing a game against Xavier with the actual lives of the X-Men, but he has the X-Men secured, and he's about to use them for whatever it is that he's about to use them for. Now, it is taking a toll on him. He shows that something is happening where he's like, I don't know how to explain it. His arm's getting all nasty and icky and charred, and I don't know if that's like decomposing or what it is, but it's not good for him. So we go back, and this is now in the real world where the book really takes off right off the bat, doesn't waste a single second. Shadow Gambit puts his hands on the ground and blows up like a floor of this building. And Psylocke creates a type of psychic kinetic shield and jumps them to the other roof, and the guards immediately turn on her and get crappy, and she's like, oh, are we really doing this? So she cuts their guns and everything, and Gambit's dealing with the helicopter stuff that's going on right now because he jumped off the building in a different direction, and we go back to Xavier explaining more deep, hardcore plot, and he's like, hey, I got this plan, you need to listen to me. I could tell you that I have been battling on this plane for possibly thousands of years, because the astral plane, time does not pass in the same way that it passes for you on the outside. I have been here since I died, and I have fought countless battles, told countless stories, had countless duels, and it is literally taking a toll on me. And you could see that it's like eating away at his face and everything. Like, it's whatever is happening, it's getting crazy. But he kind of dons the X-Men that he's been able to save in some sort of armor, and my guess is he's gonna lead them in some final astral plane battle. I don't know exactly. The astral plane stuff is wild. It's tough to follow. It just is what it is. There aren't really any rules, and it's all the psychedelic stuff, so it's very open to interpretation exactly what he's doing here and what is about to happen. But in the real world, Bishop and Angel are still dealing with Old Man Logan, and it's not working out now that Shadow Gambit is a part of that equation as well. So now we've got Shadow Gambit and Shadow Logan, and they are infecting people all around them. They're turning into like these weird husk zombie-esque things, these psychic husks for the use of the Shadow King. And the government guy, the official dude, the FBI dude, or whatever this guy is, this agent, sees this stuff happening. The Ministry of Defense is, I guess, Ministry of Defense Superhuman Crisis Command. So, yeah, this guy decides that he's going to bomb the place. He tells them, I'm going to bomb it because here's the truth of it. We can wait and we can do nothing and hope that the X-Men handle it. And if the X-Men fail, we're already past the point of being able to contain it. Or we can bomb it right now and a lot of innocent people die, but it goes no further and a lot of other innocent people live. And it's kind of one of those decisions, one of those big government-esque needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type of diplomatic crap. But it has merit. He does have a point. If all they have to do is touch somebody, and then those guys have to touch somebody, and those guys have to touch somebody, it's like a zombie outbreak. If we don't strike it down right this second, it'll be out of our control very soon. So I guess you could side with him, but luckily Psylocke talks Angel into finally letting the beast out. He turns into the Archangel, and the last scene is him pulling his skin off and becoming the Archangel, because the Archangel may be the only thing on the battlefield currently right now that can actually deal with Logan and Gambit. So that was all. This book was very action-oriented. There's a lot of story, but it deals with a lot of the astral plane stuff and how many thousands of years Xavier might have actually spent there fighting with the Shadow King and giant wars and epic splash pages. And it was kind of cool, but really for the sake of my review, you don't really need to know a lot of what he said other than, yes, that is actually Xavier. Yes, he was on the astral plane. Yes, he got there after he died because of Cyclops. And yes, I do believe this is moving us in a direction that will bring him back to life. In fact, I seen the previews book for Marvel, and there is very obviously, I think in issue 7, it looks like Xavier is back, and Xavier's doing something. Almost looks like he might even be the bad guy of the story. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think Xavier's coming back, and you know what? I'm okay with that, especially if it leads us back to having Xavier on the team. I realize that Xavier can be called into question many times and that he's almost just as much a villain as some of the people he fights every now and then. But if they could fix the Xavier character, if they could bring him back to what he was supposed to be, what he was meant to be, and kind of quell some of this darkness in him and make him a beacon for understanding and compassion and things like that again, like I think his original intention was meant to be, then I would be up for having Xavier come back to the books. But I feel like they're going to play the same tropes that we saw in things like Ultimate X Men and X Men as it evolved over the years, where Xavier's just kind of a prick, and he's almost just as scheming as the bad guys that he deals with. But we'll have to wait and see. I know that he's coming back. There's no doubt this is moving in a direction that brings Xavier back, but we have to see where that takes us. So guys, you are now all caught up with Astonishing X Men. Catch you later.